Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and as you saw in the thumbnail as well as the title, this is a mail call, and this is from one of my longest subscribers, one of my biggest supporters, and a really great friend of mine, and that's John. Now if you don't remember, John sent me a bag of Paydirt for my birthday, and I'll put the video up here of that where he sent me in a massive amount of gold and some really cool Paydirt. In fact, I still have that gold. I typically sell all my gold every time I get up to about 12 to 15 grams so I can fund the channel some more. But since it was such an awesome gift, I decided to save that gold, and this will be going towards my kids. It's going to go in their little kids jar. But as you can see, I didn't move it in front of the camera. That is what he sent me. There was also, I have another 2 vials of it, but that's just the really small stuff. Here, I'll even show you. Let me pull those out. And that is the smaller stuff. I kept it all in its classification. And as I tell him all the time, whenever I'm having a really bad day, get upset about something, I pull out my little vial vault full of John's gold, and I just look at it, and it makes me smile, makes me happy. I really enjoy it. So, if you saw one of my Christmas mail call videos, I showed a whole bunch of stuff I'd gotten in for mail calls, and one of them was from John for a Christmas present, and I'll show you that. He sent me a couple little knickknacks, but the main thing he sent me was this. 2 jars of Paydirt, 4 jars of Paydirt, and a really big jar of Paydirt. And I have to say, I have been super excited to pan this out, and I've also been extremely nervous to do it. Sorry about that bump in the camera. Because I know John is an extremely nice guy. He's very generous with not only his time, his ideas, but his money as well. This guy, he has really supported my channel with some great ideas. A lot of the ideas I come up with my channel are in collaboration with him. He has looked up tons of information. When I need somebody to hunt something down for me, he's the first person I contact. So his ideas, his help has been enormous with my channel. And I am not somebody that likes to ask people for stuff. I'm not one of those people that's going to start a YouTube channel and start asking companies, oh, send me a sample, I want a sample, and I'll review it and stuff like that. I'm just not like that. I didn't start this channel to make money. Kind of just did it because I love Paydirt and I didn't want people to get screwed over. And now I do, it does help. I love my Patreon members. I love my supporters because it does help keep this channel open. Because being on disability, I really can't afford to, buy tons and tons of Paydirt. And people's support always helps me keep the channel growing and bigger and better stuff that come along. And with John's generosity, I'm really scared that there's a lot of gold in this. And it shouldn't be. That's one of those things where someone sends you something and you're hoping it's something great. You're like, oh my God, I hope this is really cool. I hope this is great. And I typically do with every bag of Paydirt anyone's ever sent me. I'm always super excited to dig into it. And this one, I'm just scared. I don't want to end up crying or something like that when I see a big pile of gold. Now, for all I know, this could be empty. But knowing John, it's probably not. It probably has some good quantity of gold in it. And it's just scared me. And it's one of the reasons why it's delayed me so long in doing this video. One, I wanted to make sure I did a really good video for him. And another reason is, like I said, I'm scared. I don't like taking things from people. I don't like asking people for things. And there's no way I could possibly repay him. I can't repay him for what he did for me for my birthday. So, if he sends me something for Christmas that's just as awesome, it's going to be like one of those old Indian things where, he saves my life and for the rest of my life I'm going to be in debt to him, So, but anyway, here it is again. John's Paydirt, 5 awesome looking jars. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the camera around, I'm going to classify this all down, and then I'm going to pan it all out. And I'm going to let y'all watch every step of the process up until we get to the really fine gold where it's, a pain. So I don't want the video to be too long. So I'm going to switch the camera around, we're going to go over to my table, and we're going to classify this down. Well, I'll finish spinning everything around, setting everything up, have my pans are all cleaned, new fresh gloves, Paydirt, and my new knife. Got this from John as well during Christmas. I don't know if I had showed it off or not, but let's start dumping some Paydirt. I did ask John if there was any difference between any of this Paydirt, and he said no, it was just, these are just vessels. It's all just Christmas Paydirt. So we're going to dump this out, classify it down, and see what we get. So let you listen to some music while I classify this down, and hope you enjoy it. Wow, that is a lot of Paydirt. And it comes in these little bitty jars. It doesn't look like that much, but I guess it all added up, and that's a lot of gold to be panning through. And as you can see, it kind of steps all the way down. Plus 10 is probably the least amount, and it works its way down. So a lot of fine material. Now I can see that it's got black sands in it. Now how much of that's magnetic? Decent bit of it. Not a ton, so don't know how much flour gold will be in here. Last time he had a decent little bit, so it was a little bit of work. Again, I know I said I'm going to videotape all of this, but I probably won't videotape all that, because otherwise I will be trying to fast forward 2 to 3 hours worth of panning. The rest of it I should be able to go through pretty quickly once I fast forward the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this, because I saw gold in there. I saw gold. I saw a lot of gold in there. And I'm guessing it's going to be like last time. So let's start with this first. I'm going to go actually pan this out and get down to the last little remnants to show you what's in here. And then for the rest of it, I'll pan it all down. So I'm going to go get my water ready, get some fresh water for this. Got my jet dry ready, and we'll get right into it. So I'll be right back. Let me set up my water, reset up my camera, and set everything up, and be right back. Well, I sure am glad I did not record all that, because that took me most of the day. And just for the minus 30, I'm going to get to it right here. I have about a tablespoon left of it, and I'll show you what I found in there. I mean, I didn't clean it all the way up. I wanted to leave a little bit in there just so it's a little bit of a surprise. Just to show you what I got to play with. Kick that back all up. That is a lot of gold. Really, really fine gold. Zoom in a little bit more so you can see it. My finger so you can see. That was really, really fun. I mean, that's got to spend the whole day on that. Not going to complain about that. Anytime you can spend a whole day panning and get a good pile of gold is awesome. So I'm going to put this away, because this is probably going to take me another hour just to get that little bit of black sands out of there and get this straight to gold. Probably, honestly, it's going to take me another 2 hours, because there's a lot of fine gold here. And it's really wanting to stick with this. And none of this is magnetic. This is all that's left of just the hematite. So I'm going to put this away, and we're going to pan out this. This is the minus 20 plus 40, and again, a nice bit of it here. So let's just start panning this out. I'm going to keep it in fast forward so it doesn't take all day. This is probably going to be a really long video anyway, but if you like to see gold at the end of the pan, it's probably going to be well worth it. So I'm going to sit down and start panning this out. Let me grab my pan. And the one problem, normally I pan my material down 40 first, then the next, then the next. The one problem with doing the minus 40 first is, as you can see, the water is a little cloudy. This stuff was pretty dirty in the minus 40. I did use a pour-off pan because I was trying to keep my water as clean as possible. I didn't want to have to go dump the dirt out and trying to save everything in this one thing. In case I miss anything, I am going to run all of this through a sluice since it's clean material. I will run it through a sluice later on just to make sure I recover everything. Because if somebody's sending me something for free, I'm getting all of it. All right, I'm going to let you fast forward, listen to some music as I pan this out. Now, I typically don't pan like that. Usually what I'll do is I'll pan my material down just until I get to a little bit more than the gold, and I'll pour that in a dump off pan, and then I'll repeat the process until I end up with about what you saw in my last pan, and then I'll pan it all down. But I really wanted to be able to show you the gold as I found the gold. So I haven't seen the pile of gold in here yet, and we'll see it all at the same time, hopefully. So there you go. That, again, finger for representation of size. Oh man. That, again, is a lot of gold. This was much easier to pan though. I'm having really bad hand cramps. My arthritis is really kicking in. That's what happens when you spend 8 hours panning. Oh man, that's beautiful. So what I'm going to go do is I'm going to go clean this out, dry it all up, and we'll come back with this one. I'll also do the -40 as well. But give me 1 second. I'm going to go take a break for a little bit, and then we're going to do the -10 plus 20. And again, I will show you the process. I'll pan it all out, fast forward it through it, and let you see the gold as I see it. So I can't tell you how stoked I am. I am really, really stoked. I mean, I got a spinal shot today to try and ease up my back. And this is 10 times better than that. I could have probably avoided the spinal shot and just did this all day. My hands are killing me though, but oh man, absolutely amazing. Well, I'm gonna go clean this up. Like I said, I don't want to miss a drop of this. Not one little speck. That is an awesome pile of gold. I mean, that's a really awesome pile of gold. So I'm gonna go take a break for a little bit, and I'll be right back, and I'll show you this. So be right back. Well, I managed to clean out totally the -40 material as well as the -30 plus 40 material, and I will be showing you all that gold at the end of this once I finish cleaning it all out for you. And that took forever. It took so long. In fact, I didn't finish until 2:30 in the morning. It took me about 30 minutes to do the -20 plus 40, and then it took me about a little bit over 2 hours for the rest of the material, all at -40. It was extremely hard. That -40 was really, really, really tough. And then, right when I was done, and I was getting ready to close up for the night, the power went out. And that's what you always want. 3 o'clock in the morning, power to go out when it's 3 degrees outside. So I've been up all night, waiting for the power to go back on, making sure everyone's warm, and lighting candles, things like that all night. They finally turned the power on about 11 a.m. It's now noon. And today's my daughter's birthday. So this video is definitely going to be late because the Queen has decreed that no one is allowed to do Paydirt because it's her birthday. But she's going to get her hair cut, and she doesn't know I'm about to pan some material out. So I'm going to quickly pan out this. This is the -10 plus 20 material. And again, I'm going to do exactly like I did last time, where I'm just going to pan it down a little bit and then add more material and keep doing that so you get to see the gold as I get to see the gold. Now I already see gold on top, so I know there's gold in here. And let's get to it. So I'm going to fast forward again, let you listen to some music, and then in the end, I'll stop the music and we'll see a whole bunch of gold, I hope. I don't really think I'm going to be able to clean it out much more than that without showing off all the gold, so I might as well show off the gold. Well, there we go. Again, move it around a little bit. There you go. And really, really nice pile of gold. And again, put my finger in there so you can see how much is in there. Really, really awesome. Super cool. I mean, I just way too much for me. Definitely way too much gold for me. But I'm going to go finish cleaning this out, and I'm going to be right back, and then we will go through this. The plus 10. This shouldn't take long. I'm sure any gold that's in here is rather big. I mean, every time I move something around, I see a little piece of gold. But I'm going to put this aside and be right back. I've finished cleaning out that -10 plus 20. Got all the little black sands, all the little blondes out of it. It's nothing but gold. It's put in a boat. Now let's get to the +10. This is the stuff everyone probably wants to see. Probably won't be as big of a pile as the other ones, but hopefully it'll be just a beautiful pile. Oh, every time I put a little in there, I just see little bitty nuggets, little bitty pickers popping through. I will say, you know, the first time John sent me some Paydirt, I was 99% sure it was lynch mining tailings that he had added gold to, just because I've done so much lynch mining. It's, you know, everyone has one of their favorites that they go through a ton of. It's the one my wife always buys me for when I'm not shooting videos. So I knew it was lynch mining Paydirt, and John kind of confirmed that it was. But this stuff, I don't know who he got this from. I don't know if this was a custom bag he had made or what, because these tailings are definitely different than lynch mining. The -40 was totally different than lynch mining. It had a ton of mica dust in it and all kinds of other stuff. It just, it was a pain. Again, I'm just going to keep trying to add a little bit to it, so we don't get to see the pickers and the nuggets until the very end, and you see it as I see it. This might be a little bit harder to do, just because the gold's going to be much larger and harder to hide. I'm trying to keep it all hidden, so every time I start seeing a little bit peek through, I'm adding more, or I'm shaking it and repanning it. But let's listen to some music, and let me go through this. This should be a really short song. Alright, you ready for the reveal? Now, as you saw, I did use my magnet a little bit, just because out of curiosity, that stuff just looked magnetic. So I said, well, let me just check to see. And it's really surprising. Usually you don't find that much magnetic material in the +10, but there's a lot of it in there. Pretty surprising. Alright, now let's do this. Let me see if I can zoom you in. My camera been being a little bit of pain. That might be a little bit too much. There we go. A nice pile of nuggets. As you can see, a lot of pickers in there. No, I don't think there's any nuggets. A couple pickers, maybe that one there. I think they're all gonna be pickers, and that's about it. But I'm not gonna, this is way too much for me. Let me unzoom you. This is really awesome. I'm so glad I started with the minus material. That was actually a lot of fun doing it that way and showing you all the gold I got as I found it. Really cool. Oh, alright, so I'm going to go clean this out. I'm going to dry up all the materials because what I got last night is still sitting in water. When I cleaned it out, I just cleaned it out and left it in these little cups. So they're just sitting in there with water waiting for me to dry it. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go clean all this out, dry it all out, clean up my station, and we're going to go through some gold and show you what I found. So as you can see, I have my pans all set up, but there's no gold in them. I did put my gold dimes in there. I have finished cleaning out all of John's wonderful Christmas Paydirt. Got all those black sands out. I'm ready to show off the gold. So I figured we'd do something a little different this time as well. Since I panned it all out, I did it in reverse, I might as well do something else a little different. And I'm just going to pour the gold. As opposed to me having these already full and pouring the gold in out of them, I'm going to pour the gold into them. So let's start with the +10. We're going to work the other way again. And the plus 10. There we go. And I'll bring it up so you can get a nice little look at it. There is the plus 10 material. And again, nothing I would really probably call a nugget. I mean, there's a couple little bitty big ones that are a little heavy, but I'm not going to complain. This is a wonderful pile of gold. And that's the plus 10. Minus 10, plus 20. Here we go. Make sure something's stuck to my thumb. And I'll show you that as well. Another beautiful pan of gold. Now, minus 20, plus 40. Show you that as well. Now that was a nice pile. This is, I think it's a fight between these two, which had more. I'm thinking it's probably this one. Either way, I'm totally stoked. And now for the minus 40, the workhorse, the one that makes you really work for it all. It is a little bit stuck to the boat, but I'll clean that up in a minute. So there you go. The extremely tough stuff. And this stuff was extremely hard. Again, I don't know where he got this Paydirt from, but the minus 40 sucked. That stuff was really, really challenging. Well, I'm going to put this all in a jar, spin around, do some thank yous, and I'm going to tell you a really big surprise, an upcoming surprise. If you saw it in the thumbnail, I didn't say anything about it earlier in the video because I wasn't sure if I was going to do it, but I'm going to do it, so I'll spin around, do some thank yous, and reveal the big surprise. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the way I panned it out, where I tried to make the gold reveal a surprise for not only you, but me, so we all saw it at the exact same time. When I showed that gold, that was the first time I was seeing it in the pan as well, and I really loved it. So I hope you enjoyed it as well. I hope you can really thank John as much as I can for letting this video be made possible, because if it wasn't for him sending me that Paydirt, I wouldn't have been able to do such a great video. And I can't thank John enough for this. This is beyond measure, way too cool. His September birthday video was way too cool, and this as well. I could never thank John enough, and John, I can't thank you enough for this. This is too much. And not only do I have to thank John for this, but as well as his help. John is easily my muse, a really great friend when it comes to my channel, growing it, my Patreon page, things like that. John is usually very instrumental in any giveaway I do, with either his knowledge, his support, his help, and even donations to help fund the giveaways. During my Christmas giveaway, he helped with a lot of those prizes. In fact, it was his idea to do a Christmas giveaway, and then I went out and found the cards and things like that, and he helped with some of the donations as well with that. He is just a great supporter of this channel. So everyone that gets anything out of this channel, a lot of it is because of John. So he really deserves all of your thank yous. Right now, me and him have been working for the last couple of days on ways to improve my Patreon page, since they have eliminated doing giveaways, that we will have some really big surprises coming up for my Patreon page, and I won't have to do a winner take all giveaway. So we have some really cool stuff coming, and it's all because of John helping me. He is a bloodhound of knowledge. Whenever I need something looked up, he's who I go to. So he's a really great guy and a really great friend, and I could never thank him enough for this or any of his help. And this gold will not be going to waste. It will help fund this channel. In fact, it will fund my coming up surprise, which I will show you now. Yes, that's right. I have Paydirt coming. Now, it might be a little bit different than you're used to. You'll have to wait. I'm still working on all the details for it, but it will be coming hopefully by this spring, if not sooner. And I'm really excited for that. And this is gold. We'll be going right into that. So all of you will end up getting some of John's gold as well. Now, I also need to say a couple things because I know there will be in the comments below where people ask me how much gold was that. And I did not weigh it up. I will not weigh it up. And the reason being, because to me, anytime anyone sends me anything, it's priceless. I don't believe in looking up values to say, oh, he sent me a $12 gift. He sent me a $25 gift. Because to me, time is invaluable. It's priceless. You can't put a price on somebody's time that somebody went out and got me a bag of Paydirt that they dredged themselves and sent it to me. Even if it only had $1 worth of gold, to me, that's priceless because they took their time out of their life to send it to me. If someone like John just even buys a bag of Paydirt, he's taking his time to send it to me. This is time that they can't get back, so they're supporting my channel, they're helping me, they're letting me have a fun time. And to me, that's priceless. So I don't need to look up the price. It doesn't matter who sends me anything. I appreciate every single gift the exact same because to me, they're all priceless. These are things that, people have taken their time to give me. And I really love it, A lot of times I don't shoot videos for them because, you can't shoot a video for every single thing. Someone that sends me an email or a letter or things like that, I find those things wonderful. I love them. I love getting emails from people who tell me their story about how they got into Paydirt because of me and how much it's helped them and things like that. I'm not going to shoot a video for that one email, but to me it's priceless and I enjoy it just as much as everything else. So when I do get the comment how much gold is in there, it was in a priceless amount of gold. That's how much. Now also, I'm not going to be doing a 24 karat gold plated dime giveaway today because I'm going to be giving something to John who really deserves it. This is something I'd been saving for a giveaway on my Patreon page, but I can't do that now. I can't give it away. So I will be sending it to John instead. I can't tell you what it is or show it to you because I want it to be a surprise to him as well. So John, you'll be getting a package in the mail. And I think that's going to be it for now. As always, thanks for watching and happy panning.